401ks suck, and I'm going to tell you why. The biggest issue is lack of awareness. This is not our grandparents' and parents' economy. The creator of the 401k is quoted saying, "I made a product that made Wall Street wealthier." Here's the issue with the 401k. Go do your research. The average 401k in retirement has about $87,000 in retirement income. $87,000. At $1 million, okay, at 4% interest, that's $40,000 in retirement income. You cannot even survive off that in America. So that's why the 401k sucks. What people do is they put it into a 401k. They save their money until they retire. They retire with an average of $87,000. Okay, then they get taxed on this $87,000. The number one thing you need to understand is you need to start taking control of your wealth and understand what is actually happening. You need to know your financial independence number. So what you have to do is the first thing you have to ask yourself is, at retirement age, how much money do you need to retire? For example, it's a very common thing. People say, if I had about $10K per month, that would make me feel comfortable at retirement. Okay, so we have to start there. If you don't know your financial independence number, how are you ever going to know if you're retired? Most people have no idea how much they're going to need at retirement. Okay, and they just sit there and hope their 401k will get there. So if you need 10K a month, that's the goal. So now with the goal, you have to create a plan. Okay, so you may have a gap in income. So if you need $10,000 a month in income, that's $1 million. And you got to generate about 10%, just to give you some raw numbers here, okay? So at $1 million, you're going to get about $10,000 per month in retirement income. Now, it's going to be hard to get around 10%, so you're going to need probably a lot more. But now you have a plan. You know that you need about 1 to 1.5 million. I would shoot for 2 million, okay? And then you figure out, what are the numbers? What are the numbers? How do we get to $2 million? That says 12. $2 million by the time you retire. Okay, you're going to have to automate it. You're going to have to look at your finances. You're going to have to create a budget. You're going to have to create some cash flow. You may have to figure out how you can earn more income, maybe get a sales job, and then you automate it. Okay, so you figure out what your financial independence number. So what I want you to do is I want you to comment what your financial independence number is. You set the goal, you build the plan, and then you automate the plan. And then what you do is, this is the key, this is why the 401k sucks, is nobody checks until they're about to retire. You need to adjust, I would say, annually, at minimum. At minimum. I look at mine quarterly. Okay, every single quarter I'm adjusting my plan. So by 2029, I have a net worth goal. Okay, and I build the plan, I automated the plan, and I adjust every single quarter. Okay, so I want you to start thinking differently. The 401k sucks. Number one, the person who created the 401k said, "I made a product that made Wall Street wealthier." The average 401k has $87,000 at retirement.